Well, just days after Illinois became the 9th state in the nation to ban assault-style weapons, the state is facing legal challenges. The Protect Illinois Communities law makes it illegal to sell or buy them and requires current owners to register assault-style weapons with the state. But dozens of law enforcement agencies are pushing back, saying they will not enforce the ban. They call it unconstitutional. So now the question, will courts uphold this new law? Correspondent Keleigh Beeson is here. So Keleigh, there are some major updates to this today.
Yeah, there are, Nichole. Legal challenges to Illinois' semi-automatic weapons ban began today with a federal complaint that the 8-day-old law prohibits commonly possessed and constitutionally protected guns. A state court pleading was also filed today questioning the law's exemptions based on a person's employment. The state lawsuit seeks a temporary restraining order to stop enforcement of the law, which was inspired by the mass shooting that killed 7 and injured 30 at the Highland Park 4th of July parade. The outcry for change immediate, and Governor Pritzker spoke out the very same day to lead the charge.
If you're angry today, I'm here to tell you, be angry. I'm furious.
6 months later, with the stroke of a pen, Pritzker made Illinois the 9th state to ban assault-style weapons, a change praised by its supporters, including the House Speaker at the state capitol.
We do believe it's going to make a significant impact in reducing these weapons on the street.
The Protect Illinois Communities law bans the sale or purchase of assault-style weapons, requires current owners to register them with the state, and limits the size of magazines. Failure to comply is a misdemeanor and possibly a felony for subsequent offenses.
We have constitutional rights in our country. They protect our freedoms from the government. They are not rights that are given to us by the government.
The backlash was swift, some coming from Republican lawmakers, as well as sheriff's offices across the state, with dozens refusing to enforce the new assault weapons ban. Pritzker addressing those departments directly.
And they will, in fact, do their job, or they won't be in their job.
I don't work for him. As a matter of fact, I work for about the 35 to 37,000 people in Jefferson County. They're all my boss. And I'm Governor Pritzker's boss. He works for me, and he works for the 14 plus million people in this county, and he needs to start realizing that.
Sheriff Jeff Bulliard of Jefferson County is one of many in the state who call the ban unconstitutional. He says the 2008 case D.C. versus Heller made it clear when the Supreme Court ruled all weapons in common use are protected under the Second Amendment.
There's not been any new technology to create some kind of new type of firearm, rifles, long guns, shotguns, handguns, high-capacity magazines, bump stocks. All these firearms and accessories are in common use. Millions of people own them.
Sheriff Bulliard believes the new law in Illinois will not survive the courts. Others question the ban's effectiveness in creating safer streets.
The reality is that most of the gun violence that we see in a city like Chicago is not committed with these sort of long guns in the first place. Much of it is committed with handguns. That's the sort of dark truth about any kind of discussion about American gun policy.
Still, many in support feel the ban is a step in the right direction, including those who turned out at the state capitol to ensure it was signed into law. Some of those supporters, Highland Park residents, demanding action after the horror they witnessed on the 4th of July.
I want to make sure this happens because what my son has lived through, what my town has lived through, and to hear the words passed is just a remarkable thing.
Now, more than 90 out of 102 county sheriffs have publicly stated that they won't aggressively enforce the law. A circuit judge in southern Illinois has said he would rule on a request for a restraining order on the law by the end of the week, Nichole.
All right, Keleigh, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.